This is one of the very common misconceptions. I'd rather say it's a very inaccurate description about how Bharatanatyam should be represented. So, before we understand about why Bharatanatyam is termed as being very conventional or rather very restricting to pursue, we need to understand why art was created in this society. Art is a medium of expression. Every art is a medium of expression. It has a certain meaning that the person wants to convey. And this is not depending on a huge group of people wanting to do something. At some point, an individual takes the opportunity to be able to propagate the art form in ways they want to. So, that being said, understanding why this works in a spiritual platform or why it is being represented as a way to reach the divine, it is mentioned in scriptures, it is mentioned in a lot of literature about how art is one of the more soulful ways to believe in faith, to believe in an energy. But the way it has been propagated, the way it has been cultivated, is not religion specific. We need to understand that when Bharatanatyam was originated, there was only one religion in India. But later on, a lot of people did not take a lot of effort to understand why it has become a very, very sectarian concept. But ideally, to understand why we feel this way about Bharatanatyam, we need to be informed about the Victorian influence. British ruled us over for several years, and we still have the attitude that indigenous art forms are considered too restricting or not being able to give your fullest because it only represents spirituality at some point. So, this concept of not being able to conform to what an indigenous art form stands for is because of the Victorian influence. So, when you learn about Bharatanatyam, you need to understand the nuances, the artistic detailing that is involved. First, how difficult it is to practice and pursue an art form like Bharatanatyam. So, the eventual aspect is where how you use your art form, where you want to use your art form is very eventual. But to get started with learning something indigenous, it takes interest, it takes a lot of effort. But beyond that, considering something as too traditional to consume or too conventional to be able to conform to is a very naive and rather ignorant approach. And how you want to propagate it is definitely in your hands. What you stand for or what you believe in depends upon how you want to propagate it, what you've imbibed from the art form. So Bharatanatyam in inference is not a conventional or a traditional art form, and it's too restricting to understand the concepts because a lot of mythology is involved. You have to understand that it is not entirely that, it consists of that, but you need to reach a pedestal where you can make the choice about art forms. It all starts with beginning to learn, getting to know. So, Bharatanatyam is not entirely that. Bharatanatyam involves a lot of concentration, a lot of capacity that you need to put in to be able to see the effort. So, this is something that a lot of you should understand.
Hello everyone, welcome to Samriddhi. In today's lesson, we will see about body conditioning and alignment techniques for Bharatanatyam. So, when we talk about symmetry and we talk about certain positions where we have to be accustomed in Bharatanatyam, it is important that the knees are always straight except when they are in harmony. You have to continue this as a routine like minimum of 15 to 20 times for you to make sure that you can comfortably sit in this position. Come back to your
Jump.